This is Hannibal and Piper here from the HannibalTV.com, October the 12th, which is historic for AEW because it's their first Dynamite taped outside of the United States tonight from Toronto, and tomorrow they are taping Rampage from Toronto as well, and it will be aired on Friday. Usually, in most cases, they tape Rampage right after Dynamite, but apparently Toronto is a new enough market and there's enough interest to do it on separate days. NXT had their best rating of 2022 last night, and oh my god, it was so good. I forgot to write it down, but I believe it was a 0.15. I will double check that right now. Let's see if my memory. Yeah, they did a 0.15 rating, which was their best rating of 2022. So Shawn Michaels must be happy about that. Ariel Hawani did an interview with Tony Khan recently that said it was one of the least fun interviews of his career. Apparently, Renee Paquette officially starts with AEW now. Of course, John Moxley also signed on recently for an additional 5 years. Now, I never thought I would say I'm jealous of Miro, who was Rusev in WWE, who did that angle where his wife was making out with other men in WWE. But I have to say, apparently, Liv Morgan, Miro, and Lana all attended the premiere of Halloween Ends last night in Los Angeles, which I would have loved to have attended because I think the original Halloween is my favorite horror movie ever. And I probably will see Halloween Ends. Even though I forget what the last Halloween was called, but it was dragged on a bit. So I hope this is actually the end of the Halloween series. I know it's Jamie Lee Curtis's last movie in it. I've seen lots of videos of her crying about it and so forth. So I will probably go see this. Any beautiful girls in the Ottawa area that feel like going to see it with me? I'm not that hard to find. Just joking. Ric Flair has apparently said publicly that his stepdaughter Sophia works for AEW in their social media department. Tom wants to see Michael Myers versus DX. That would be interesting for sure. Ivan Santos says Samoa Joe looks heavier. I have tag team partnered with Samoa Joe before, by the way, and we defeated Jinder Mahal and Raj Singh, and Raj Singh is now in Impact under a name that I don't remember. But yes, Samoa Joe and I destroyed them back in 2008 in Calgary. I don't know if he looks heavier or not. To be honest, I've only seen pictures of him in AEW. Have I ever watched a WCW Clash of Champions? Yes. At one point in time, a guy gave me, like in Calgary, one of my friends was moving, or not necessarily a friend, but someone I knew from wrestling who was getting out of the wrestling business. And he had like 3 large Rubbermaid containers of wrestling videos, which was his wrestling video collection. And there was so much WCW footage on these containers. And at the time, I had a night security job. So this was before you could watch TV on your iPhone. I would actually bring like a 13-inch TV with a VCR and like sit it on the security table, and in between patrols, I would watch his videos, which included a lot of Clash of Champions and Saturday night footage and pay-per-view footage from late 80s, early 90s WCW, which I think was possibly my favorite time period in WCW. I was a big WCW fan. Colonel Quayle says hello. Ravil is training to become a pro wrestler. Best word of advice is it's a very hard business to make money in. Um, do something else. Tom, the ratings, the NXT had their best rating. Raw for their season premiere this week did a 0.55, which is good, but somebody pointed out that I believe Raw's best rating of 2022 was like a 0.65 compared to 1997 was like an 8.1. So comparatively, not that great, but not. I think they're happy with these ratings numbers. Grandma Daisy Piper is doing great. She's spending a lot of time with me lately. Is Joe nice? He's pretty much, from what I recall, exactly like he is on TV. Alain, is Jacques Rougeau going to go to the AEW show? I have no idea. Toronto's like a 6-hour drive from Montreal. Who knows? Anything's possible. Let me check his Facebook. I'll answer you that right now. Sorry to digress. This might be boring for you fans, but he usually posts everything he does on Facebook. Let's see if he says he's in Toronto. Now my sorry. Now my computer is freezing up on me. Research this again. I know this is really boring for you guys. Jeremy Prophet is at the AEW tapings. I can tell you that. Oh, it looks like Jacques Rougeau is at AEW. You just got me a scoop. Here, look, I'll even post a picture of him with Chris Jericho. Jacques Rougeau is at AEW. Could we see the Mountie on Dynamite tonight? That would be cool. There you go. He's in Toronto. So my guess is he'll also be there for Rampage. So thank you for that scoop. With Chris Jericho looking lean. He almost looks like Edge there. But maybe my eyes are just really bad. Big John says WCW was never his thing. And he could not stomach it, much like AEW. Why are neck injuries so common with wrestlers? Because of the whiplash from taking bumps, taking steel chairs to the head, and having your head go on the concrete and having your head whack against the concrete, being punched in the head. Yes, you're missed more than you're actually hit with punches, but you're hit with punches very often. Alain says Rougeau even posted a picture with Billy Gunn. Let's see. He posted one with Jay Lethal too. Let's turn this into the Jacques Rougeau photo album here. He posted one with that giant Indian guy too. And Tony Schiavone. I suggest you people just go to Jacques Rougeau's Facebook. William Regal. William Regal looks like he's put on some weight. Speaking of Samoa Joe putting on weight. Oh, I see the Billy Gunn one. I see the Billy Gunn one. Let's put some of these up. Sorry, guys. Here's some breaking news. This is more interesting to me than anything on the AEW show for some reason, because I don't think Jacques Rougeau has been at a show from a major company for years, because he's had heat with WWE since they didn't sign his son Cedric Rougeau. So there you go. We're going down the Jacques Rougeau Facebook route today. Tom says book Jacques as a guest. I've had Jacques on this show as a guest probably 5 or 6 times. Search it up. And I have a lot of expenses these days. So I think we're going with guests that are willing to appear for free as much as possible these days because of it's expensive to do interviews, and a lot of the time they don't profit. Grandma Daisy is a monster at 6'2". Colonel Quail says the Mountie. So on that note, I appreciate everyone watching. If you are watching AEW, if I got it, I would have watched it tonight just because it's from Canada, and I haven't seen it in a long time, but I don't have cable. What happened to Larry last night? Oh, John Paz was going to do an interview with Larry Sabisco, but he couldn't figure out how to use the StreamYard link. So yes, apparently the John Paz Larry Sabisco interview is still going to happen at some point, and we will put it on this channel. And there's also one of Kevin Sullivan talking about Antonio Inoki that'll be on here soon. Paul Diamond again, maybe. Evil Doink 2023 Hall of Fame. I actually just watched him yesterday in a match against Bob Backlund, and they actually amateur wrestled, and Matt Bourne is definitely deserving of the Hall of Fame, and he was a great character, great facial expressions. And watching him amateur wrestle with Bob Backlund, you could tell this guy knew how to amateur wrestle. I was really impressed. So I agree with you, Grandma Daisy. He belongs in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if they'll put him in there anytime soon, but he belongs in there 100%. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Follow us on Twitter